This is EA Sports PGA Tour coverage coming up next. Hello again and welcome. I'm Rich Lerner, and beside me is my friend and colleague Frank Nobilo. We're in the state of California, set to kick off the round here at the challenging PGA West course. Par 72 setting up as a demanding challenge to any golfer stepping on this course, especially, Frank, when it comes down to the 17th hole. They call it Alcatraz.
Well, as we know, hardly anybody gets out of Alcatraz. You want to throw a little nugget in? In 2000, Joe Daly looked like he was going to get his tour card. Hit a putt from 3 foot, it hit the liner, bounced back out. A lot of things can happen on 17.
That appeared to be a good strike right there, Frank.
Oh, good. It's just towering. Look at that, hanging in the sky.
Frank, really good chance from this position to make a birdie.
Yeah, really the only thing he's looking at right now is the flag. This is a green light special.
Seems to like it. Headed for the fat part of the green. That will be a great look at birdie. Frank, this is an approach shot here at the first hole that will get a player's attention.
It will. Very strategically placed bunker that protects that front right of the green, plus the angle of that green. If you're going to take it across that bunker, you better judge that inch perfect.
This has really been a challenge all day long with these winds coming from different directions, changing speeds. It's gone from 15 upwards to 25 miles per hour. Really a test for the players. Settles in over the putt. -1 in the early going. Not a gimme, but well within his range. In the hole, and that'll bring the score to 1 under. To the second hole now, par 4, only 371 yards. Frank, what do players need to look out for off the tee?
It's really a layup hole here. No need to hit driver down there. The biggest bunker in the distance there is about 300 yards. You have to avoid that. Nothing wrong with hitting an iron or even a hybrid off this.
But this could be really good, Frank.
Oh, straight at it.
Paying attention like a little kid at school, Frank. That baby's sitting up.
Sitting up. It's got the best view as well. You don't even need binoculars from where that ball is.
Good chance for birdie here. Short iron in hand. The approach now to the second hole. Seems to like it. Looks like it's headed for the green. What a display of shot making this has been, Frank.
Oh, that incredible approach shot there. The easiest of birdies coming up.
Frank, this is a position where a player is absolutely licking his chops here. Good chance to make a birdie.
Yeah, this is when this game just looks like fun. Bunkers don't seem to be in play. The only thing you're really looking at right now is just the flag.
And that one lands in the first cut, Frank.
Interesting choice coming ahead here. It'll be interesting to see how he reads this lie.
Shot now from the rough. Frank, what's he facing?
Well, the lie first and foremost. If it's sitting down, then obviously you're not going to get a very good contact. Nothing wrong with coming up a little bit short of the green. Problem is turning one mistake into another.
He has this for par. Steady, solid, and at 1 under par right now. Locked in on the read and the speed. It's a -2 early in the round. Frank, players had hybrids. Some had irons out off the tee on that short par 4 second. Time to get the big stick out here on the third.
It certainly is. The third hole you play here, 3 totally different looks off the tee. This hole appears straightish off the tee, but well bunkered down the left, which makes you push that tee shot a little to the right.
No complaints there. In the fairway, down there about 290 yards. TBC Stadium, of course, has played host to the Skins Game, PGA Club Professional Championship, the Liberty Mutual Legends of Golf on the Champions Tour. I always enjoyed that. And along with the Jack Nicklaus Tournament course right next door, the finals of the PGA Tour qualifying school for a number of years. Like the looks of this one.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that's fine.
Frank, what's the best way to get at this hole location here at number 3?
If there's a desired shot pattern, it's a little draw off the tee and a little draw in. And the reason why, if you look at the shape of that green, it's on a 45-degree angle to the left. So it really does suit a shot coming in from the right.
I mean, that's how the game is played, right there.
He's just making it look so easy. That birdie coming up, formality.
Getting set now for the second shot here at hole number 3, par 4. Standing over this putt, concentrating on the read. Bottom of the barrel, and now the 2 under. Just a little tap in here. So, Frank, what do you think of the start so far?
Rock solid. Very impressed.
Now at the fourth, par 3, and Frank, what's the key here?
Somehow find some green grass. The name Sandpit pretty much tells you what is around the green.
This one looks like it's headed right for the middle of the dance floor, Frank.
Rather nice shot, I would say.
So a chance for birdie after another solid approach shot. 200 yards left to where that hole is cut. Frank, you played in conditions all over the world. Here come the winds now. What's the mindset?
Well, this is really what separates the men from the boys. This is where you've got to tell yourself, and it's an advantage to you. Obviously, the scores will go up a little bit, given the conditions. But once again, this is going to suit the stronger player today.
You like the old phrase, swing easy when it's breezy?
Definitely when you're hitting it into a head breeze. But if down breeze, tee it up a little bit, try and ride that wind some more.
Oh, no, look out, Frank. I think he flushed that one.
Oh, this is going, gone.
Wow, lucky break right there, Frank.
Well, that's what everyone else is going to say, except him.
And getting ready for the putt. Oh, I thought he had that. He'd settle for par here.
Now it's at sneaky distance. Just seems an absolute waste. Got to take your time.
Holding steady now at 2 under par. Par attempt here. Has his par. Well, here we are at the 5th hole, a 535-yard par 5 for the long-hitting professionals. Frank, certainly not a long test. What is the challenge here on this hole?
It's another example of great design by Pete Dye. He'll give you the trouble on the left on the tee shot, and then he moves the trouble to the right on the second shot. He's going to get you one way or the other.
Frank, the handicap system in golf really is the great equalizer, isn't it?
Yeah, there's no sport like it. I can't imagine going to Wimbledon and playing, sort of Djokovic or Federer or, playing NFL with Peyton Manning. But, the beauty of golf, we can go out in a golf course. We decide what our handicaps are on the first tee. We decide who's going to get strokes, and then off you go and play. And you play on a level playing field. Oh, that's it. New member of the 300-yard club.
Good poke right there. It is a windy day out here, Frank. My hat just blew off. This is going to affect the players' shots, that's for sure. Right out of the center of the bat.
Did you hear that?
Good contact, good result. Second from an excellent lie. Appears to be a smart shot, Frank.
Yeah, no problem here. That's going to fly all the way.
That was a big, bold strike, and now a chance for a big, bold move. Putt for eagle coming up.
Second shot.
This one just requires a little bit of focus. Missed on that one, Frank.
Yeah, not a problem.
Shouldn't be a problem here, but not a formality either. That moves to 5 under par. So just a formality now. -3 now for the round. Frank, a long par 3 here at the 6th, 255 yards. Club selection obviously is crucial.
Yeah, and length is very important here. Something that can fly high and land soft is obviously going to make that green play a little bit bigger. If you get a breeze off the right or left to right into, this hole becomes very challenging.
Should be pretty good right there. On the safe side. Well, that's how you play the game right there. Knock it on the green and give yourself a good look at birdie. This is how the game is supposed to be played. This has been just outstanding. Beautiful to watch. And Frank, obviously way too much club there.
You got to think something like that, or at least misread the wind. This is never going to sit down.
Not on the fairway here. This could be a tough shot coming up next. Ball sitting down here in the rough. He's digging in. Frank, this is just a pleasure to watch. A player hitting on all cylinders at the top of his game.
Notice it's just flowing too. There's not a lot of deep analysis going through his mind. Just one step in front of the other. If your swing's there, you don't have to find it. If your putting stroke's there, you don't have to find it. Just let it happen.
You don't want to let this one get away. This is about concentration and focus at this point. Wow, I can't believe he found the cup on that one.
Clean up on aisle 5.
So a tester from 4 feet. Keeps the momentum going with that putt. Stays at 3 under. We're at the 7th now, 346 yards with plenty of water on that right side. How do you handle this one, Frank?
You've got to pick a target there. A lot of people think when they're laying up off the tee, and that's exactly what this hole is. You just blaze away at something down the left side. But if you're going to pick a tree, you just pick the tree. Pick a branch or a leaf. Be more specific. That's an absolute beauty.
Frank, this one's going too far left, it looks like.
Yeah, it was fine there for a little while, but if it keeps going left, it's doomed.
In the thick stuff.
Thick? It's brutal out there.
Frank, no reason here to think we're going to see anything other than another good shot.
Yeah, in a great flow, and golf like this looks easy. There's a big green, and they're going to use every inch of it.
Wow, Frank, he is dialed in.
Yeah, that was just some shot on there. Easy birdie.
Second shot coming out of the rough here. He has this for birdie. Just an amazing display. The records continue to fall. Just a tap in to finish the hole. Well, you have to like that. 4 under. Now we're at the 8th hole here at the PGA West in La Quinta, California. 559-yard par 5. Frank, what are the options here?
A good tee shot, you can certainly reach this par 5 and 2. There's a crosswalk that comes across in that vicinity of 330 yards. That's sort of the green light area if you can get it down there. Anything short of that, it becomes very much a 3-shotter. But if you can get it close to that crosswalk that goes there, then certainly This becomes opportunity knocks. What a great shot. Great Bobby Jones used to say the hardest shot in golf's the next one. Judging by that light, it's not going to be too hard.
Frank, golf may be the best sport to follow from this standpoint. You can get closer to the great athlete in golf than you can in any other sport. You could stand 5 feet from Tiger Woods at a tee box as he's getting ready to drive. I mean, that's really unusual in sports.
Yeah, it's a different type of spectator sport, especially if you follow your favorite player all the way around the golf course. Because it's not like waiting for your favorite hitter in a baseball game. You know, you've got to wait several innings. You can literally see him hit every single shot, drive through the putt.
He makes a great pass at the golf ball. It's powerful, but it's rhythmic at the same time. Frank, that ball's sitting up like it's on plush carpeting.
Rich, if you and I had lies like that every time, we'd still be playing this game for a living.
And from the fairway for his second shot here.
There's a bunker over there.
I think he's headed for it. Not his best shot, and now he'll have to deal with a bunker.
Yeah, they say the hardest shot in golf, the next one.
Now the approach shot here on this par 5/8. Terrific golf shot, and now that for an easy birdie. Well, bunker play is really about technique and feel. The two greatest ever are probably Gary Player and Seve Ballesteros. Seve actually was so good, he was so skilled, that he could open up a 3-iron, that's right, a 3-iron, on a short bunker shot from a greenside bunker and splash it to a couple of feet as if he had just used a 60. This putt. Now 8 under on the day. Getting set now over the putt. Continues to amaze, yet another birdie, and what a day it's been. Frank, as we arrive here at the par 4 ninth, 452 yards, I hear players like you often say, I'm going to take it on. What do you mean by that, and how does it apply to this particular tee shot?
Well, you have options, obviously. One is to hit it down that right side, which is your best shot. The easy way is obviously to bail it out down the left side, but then you're almost giving into the hole, like you're accepting you're going to make bogey if you're lucky. So in the end, you're forced to go back to option A, which is actually to challenge the best shot you have, which is down the right side.
Well, that sets up well for a chance at the green here at the ninth.
Oh, if this is up, it's good.
That's a good spot right there.
Center cut.
Frank, really good chance from this position to make a birdie.
Yeah, really the only thing he's looking at right now is the flag. This is a green light special.
And this is looking really good. Superb shot.
Well, that's as good as it's going to get. There's going to be no worries about making that one.
Now the difficult second shot here at the par 4 ninth.
And this one just seems to be moving a little left in the air.
Not too bad. And getting ready for the putt. Well, that would have been a bonus had it gone in, but still, reasonable chance for par here.
Yeah, there's no damage. You're not going to birdie every hole.
And this will be a 5-foot putt here. Will not be happy with that one. This would be nice. A birdie on the card. See if he can make it. You may have lost track at home, but we're keeping count, and that is 9 under for the day. Nudge this one home, finish it up. That puts them at 4 under for the round. Well, that was a nearly flawless performance on the front side, but Frank, we know it's an 18-hole game, isn't it?
That's right. Now's not the time to pat yourself on the back.
Excellent looking shot here. Good contact, good result. He has given this one the full treatment. Perfect release through the ball. And this shot is on the fairway, over 300 yards. Ready to go now on the approach shot here at this par 4 10th. This is a good-looking shot. Well, that is an exceptional shot on the green and in position for a birdie.
Yeah, it's a formality now.
Frank, this is a position where a player is absolutely licking his chops here. Good chance to make a birdie.
Yeah, this is when this game just looks like fun. Bunkers don't seem to be in play. The only thing you're really looking at right now is just the flag.
With that, moves to 5 under par. Now to double figures under par. That's a good place to be. 10 under. Boy, this is a long par 5, the 11th at PGA West. 617 yards. Just a fine drive out there over 300 plus and in the fairway. Now from a good position in the fairway, his second shot. From a perfect position, ready to play his next shot. Frank couldn't ask for anything more.
Just the lie there, too. It is sitting up like it's teed up.
Frank, what's involved here in the third shot now at the par 5 11?
Just really setting up a good angle for that third shot. This is, when you lay up, it always pays just to check where the flag is. You want to sort of have a nice, comfortable look or angle to the flag.
Birdie try up next. Setting up for an approach shot here. Very makeable putt here. He is currently 5 under for his round. Starting to put something special together. 6 under par. This one just requires a little bit of focus. Just an amazing display. The records continue to fall. Frank P. Dye always gets a player thinking what might be going through a player's mind right here.
You're going to play it as a layup. That's a given. It's just what distance you want. And for every distance you're going to hit it off the tee, Pete Dye gives you a different challenge. If you lay it all the way back, obviously you've got the widest field. Then you've got the longest second shot. Get a little closer, it starts to shrink up, shrink up, shrink up. So it's how much do you want to bite off?
Nicely played shot, about 310 yards down the fairway. Pretty good drive here.
Another straight one.
Frank, for players looking to improve their putting, what are some of the training methods they can use?
I think speed is always a good one when you get on the putting green and you just practice trying to putt inside that 3-foot circle, because in the end all sports are the same. You're trying to focus in on the destination where that ball has to be delivered, whether it's tennis inside the court or basketball inside the rim. Putting's no different. As you get further and further away from the hole, then you just make an acceptable size circle that you're trying to putt within. So pace, very important.
Not a gimme, but well within his range. And go ahead and do that for birdie. Seven under on the day. Now teeing off here at the par 3, 13th. And about 210 yards to the flagstick here on this par 3. Here we go.
Our computer gives us 23 feet, Rich.
Another good swing, and it looks like, Frank, another really good shot. Birdie chance here. Very long putt, though.
Got to be a little careful if it gets away on him.
so close. Very well done. Almost made it.
Yeah, there'll be no stress for the next one.
Been pretty good all day from this distance, just trying to take care of business.
Just when you think you're going to make birdie. Now, have to really concentrate on this and at least make par.
Oh, man.
I just pushed it.
Boy, that hurts. Just a couple of feet. So a drop shot. Just a little tap in here. Did the job right there. Frank, what's the best way to make three here at this 389-yard par 4 14th?
I'm not sure, really. I know there's two definitive options, hitting it down the left or carrying over the bunker. And I think that's another example of Pete Dye. There's one of those holes you never really know if you've made the right play until you finish the hole. Game's about rhythm. When you have good rhythm, it just looks effortless. To hit the ball 300 yards through the air, that easy.
That's a good spot right there.
Center cut.
Paying attention like a little kid at school, Frank. That baby's sitting up.
Sitting up. It's got the best view as well. You don't even need binoculars from where that ball is.
Moving into this second shot here at hole number 14. Good-looking shot right here. I mean, that's how the game is played, right there.
He's just making it look so easy. That birdie coming up, formality.
Frank, what's the key here? Second shot at 14.
Green sits up a little bit, well protected by those bunkers there. A nice, high, soft landing shot.
You don't want to let this one get away. This is about concentration and focus at this point. Moves to -8. Clean this up with a tap. Continues to amaze. Yet another birdie. And what a day it's been. Now at the 15th, par 4, 468 yards. It is nicknamed Turning Home as we are making our way towards the close of this round.
Oh, if this is up, it's good.
Not the longest, but not bad. 295 yards in the fairway. Frank, really good chance from this position to make a birdie.
Yeah, really the only thing he's looking at right now is the flag. This is a green light special. Whoop, this is taken off on a weird line.
And it's going to be in the rough, it looks like. Not enough on that one.
Yeah, it just seemed to baby it.
Now the approach here at 15. This is a good-looking shot. How'd you like that strike?
That was top of the tree.
And setting up here in the rough. Locked in on the read and the speed. Knocking down all the shots today, now at 13 under. So a tester from 4 feet. He'll take par and move on. Here we go now, the final par 5 of the day, Frank.
Yeah, decision on how much you bite off here. If you play the ball to the right, then it's going to play its full 600 yards. But if you can take it in a direct line at that green, you're going to chew off a little bit of yardage. But you have to be able to carry that bunker.
And through the years, a lot of excitement here at this par 5 16. Well, that was a beautiful drive, Frank. Really good position to take advantage.
Sitting up beautifully in the fairway.
Set for his next shot from a good position in the fairway. Second from an excellent lie.
That's an absolute beauty.
Ready for his third shot. Needs to hit this close. Wow, Frank, he is dialed in.
Yeah, that was just some shot on that. Easy birdie.
Playing his third here at the par 5. Getting set now over the putt. Just an amazing display. The records continue to fall.
Rich, I remember playing with, it was Ben Crenshaw and Mark McCumber in a World Cup of Golf at Royal Melbourne. And Royal Melbourne's greens are as fast as any in the world. And it was probably one of the best putting exhibitions I ever saw without Ben actually making every putt. His sense of speed. And I think that's where I started to see that putting was a real art. He would look at a putt like it had 7 or 8 different dimensions to it. But it was all feel. It wasn't mechanical. It wasn't like this sort of amazing thought process. It was sort of through osmosis. He would just feel a green. So it would go up and down, several humps and hollows and that, and invariably just, if it missed, it just settled on the back of the cup. And these were the fastest greens in the world. Incredible display.
His longtime caddy at Augusta National, Carl Jackson. They came together in the mid-1970s. Carl recalls the first time he saw Ben, and what stood out was, as Carl tells it, the putting stroke. And in Carl's words, it flowed like the wind.
Yeah, this is not heading in the right direction.
No, it looks like it's going to be in the rough. That looked like a miss hit, Frank.
The lie was okay. It's a little surprising. Maybe wrong club.
160 yards. Good swing, good shot yet again. Good chance now for a birdie. That was an outstanding play.
Well, it's almost a guarantee there after that shot.
Second shot coming out of the rough here. That's how the best in the world play it, Frank.
Well, I tell you, a little lucky that it went in, but it was always going to be close.
Now minus 10 for the round. One great hole after another here at PGA West. The finishing hole, no exception. Frank, what can we expect here?
Great finishing hole. It's amazing. If you took the three bunkers we're first going to see down the right side, this would almost be a nothing hole. But because they're perfectly situated here, they really shrink up that driving area down the left side. And this is just a reward for a great swing, a great strike, a great shot. Long and straight.
That's how you do it. And here it is, the final approach shot of the day. Appears to be a smart shot, Frank.
Yeah, no problem here. That's going to fly all the way.
Oh, can't hide the flagstick from that man. Frank, this approach shot seems pretty straightforward. Just don't hit it left.
Yeah, it's a tough second shot. It's that visual. Once again, you've got that green that's angled to the left. But once again, like a few holes out here, you do not have to hit directly at this flag. You are allowed to move that flag mentally 15, even 20 feet to the right. There's nothing wrong with that.
Seems to like it. Headed for the fat part of the green. Just needs to keep it steady here over the putt. In the hole. And a birdie. This will be a birdie if it drops. Well, the great hits just keep coming. Moves to minus 11 on the day. Frank, this had to be mentally draining for a player. So many decisions to make out there, so much trouble to avoid.
Well, I think, this is sort of a golf course that makes men out of boys. And remember the old saying, go west, young man? I think they were really saying, go to PGA West, young man.
Well said, Frank. For my partner, Frank Nobilo, and all of us here at EA Sports, we say so long for now from the Career Builder Challenge at PGA West. EA Sports is proud to present today's PGA Tour coverage. Frank, we're going home to the home of golf, St. Andrews, the old course.
No better place for any level of game. For the beginner of the game or the greats of the game, this is the golf course they've all cherished to play.
Frank, this is such an historic, iconic spot. When you tee off for the first hole at the old course, are you nervous, you're intimidated, inspired?
All of the above. You realize you're about to set foot on one of the hallowed grounds of golf where every great player has played. It looks like a relatively simple hole, out of bounds down the right, and then the Swilken Burn starts to meander its way all the way down the right side and then in front of that first green. So you'd like, especially if you're a little nervous, to have a nice full shot in for your second.
Long and straight, about 320 yards, and in the fairway. Strong winds continue to be a factor. Frank, I know you've played all over the world. How much did you enjoy the challenge of playing into a stiff breeze?
Well, it was a chance to separate yourself from the rest of the field, Rich. Just like these conditions we're seeing right now. You've really got to be smart. Pick the right shot. If you get too aggressive on a day like today, you'll pay a far more severe price than normal.
Club selection obviously is crucial.
Oh, it's imperative today.
Take an extra club or two, choke down?
Very much so. It's fine.
Frank, why are great rivalries so important? Why do we love them?
I think because people like to sit on one side of the fence. You're either for or against a great player. And I think we see that today with Tiger Woods and Rory McIlroy. There's the McIlroy fans that think his future is so bright. There's the Woods fans that still want him to pass Jack Nicklaus's record. That's the beauty. You've got to have an opinion, and you have to have a player. This looks like it's going to find the target.
Really good distance control there, playing well to his strengths. Frank, on the second shot here at this first hole, a player will get a good sense of the winds here and how they can play a role at the old course.
And they'll also get a good sense of exactly how punishing this golf course can be, and with such the smallest things. For example, that burn is only about 3 or 4 yards across, and yet it is punishing, to say the least.
Really not much to this. The only issue would be a lack of concentration or focus. Good try, just didn't quite read the break, Frank.
It shouldn't be a problem, you'd think, cleaning up here for par.
Not a gimme, but well within his range. -1 and early going. Just a couple of feet. Good work right there. He'll settle for par. Now to the second hole here at the Open Championship. And Frank, what's the best way to attack?
Ideally, if you're not the longest hitter, just down the right side. But if you've got some wind conditions, wind behind your back, you can nearly drive this green.
Good strike, good lie, good chance to attack the pin.
I'm loving that balance.
Good contact, good result. Frank, really good chance from this position to make a birdie.
Yeah, really the only thing he's looking at right now is the flag. This is a green light special.
Well, this one should be safely on deck here. Well, that is an exceptional shot on the green and in position for a birdie.
Yeah, it's a formality now. And this will be fine, just a little left of the flag.
Settles in over the putt. So 2 under early on.
Even par currently.
Has the putt, and now at -1. At the third hole now, Frank, it looks relatively easy, but you know there's some danger lurking somewhere out there on the old course.
There is. There's the pot bunkers down the right side. This is a tee where really you want to have an idea where that wind is coming from. If it's into your face, you might want to be a little cautious and go towards the middle of the golf course. But if it's behind you, well, then it's worth challenging that right side.
That is tasty looking right there, Frank. Just a perfect spot in the fairway.
That is prime real estate. How do you get a lie like that? Seriously, you could hit any club from there.
Looks like about 80 yards left.
Should be safely on deck.
And it makes the green in regulation. Frank, this is a position where a player is absolutely licking his chops here. Good chance to make a birdie.
Yeah, this is when this game just looks like fun. Bunkers don't seem to be in play. The only thing you're really looking at right now is just the flag.
This one just requires a little bit of focus. Nice solid start to the round. Tee to green looks to be in command.
Yeah, it's surprising. I thought he might have been a little shaky out of the gate, but certainly proved me wrong.
-2 early in the round. At the fourth hole now, and Frank, this one looks as though it might require a little bit of club selection off the tee. What are we looking at, partner?
Well, there is two ways to play the fourth off the tee. You can hit it down the right side, but it really starts to narrow up and it's slightly shorter. Most players go towards the middle of the golf course and try and get it on that plateau. But this, certainly the first hard hole you see at St. Andrews. Rich, I remember when I first played the old course, it was a Dunhill Cup. It was a team event. It was 3 players from each country around the world. And my teammates were Stuart Ginn and Bob Charles, who'd won the Open Championship. And I remember pestering Bob Charles all the way around the golf course, the old course. Where do I aim? Get away from the bunker. And at the time, I thought he was a bit of a curmudgeon there, because the only thing he told me was not to hit it inside the TV tower on 17. And then I realized he gave me the greatest golf lesson I ever had, because he was telling me to play the golf course the way I felt I should. A lesson well learned. Play your own game.
Play with your instincts, especially at a place like the old course at St. Andrews, where you don't necessarily play by the book. I don't know that there is a book to get you around St. Andrews, except the best book of all, and that's the one of experience. Ready for his second shot, trying to knock it on the green.
this is right at it.
That's a beautiful shot, and that sets him up for a really easy putt. And this attempt will be from about 130 yards. This won't hurt him, Frank.
Just a little left of the flag. That's fine.
Been pretty good all day from this distance, just trying to take care of business. Well, that would have been a bonus had it gone in, but still, reasonable chance for par here.
Yeah, there's no damage. You're not going to birdie every hole.
Shouldn't be a problem here, but not a formality either. And with that putt, he moves to 3 under. 8-foot putt here. Keeps the momentum going with that putt. Stays at 3 under. Hole number 5 of the first par 5 we've seen today. This fairway looks like it narrows quite a bit, Frank. Are you thinking eagle when you step up onto the tee?
Well, you could, especially if you've got a little bit of breeze behind you, but it's quite wide in the driving area with the exception of those 3 bunkers on the right that just sort of pop out. But if you can get it past those, this par 5, very reachable.
Frank, the beauty of the game, the changing conditions. You've played it all over the world. You don't play it inside a dome, do you?
Yeah, anybody can play on a fine, still day, but what separates the good from the great is actually days like today. That's when that little extra attention to detail, the better strike, the better swing, is certainly going to pay dividends.
That's a good spot right there.
Center cut.
Frank, can you recall a situation where before an important round, an instructor gave you one small tweak, maybe flare your left toe out, or just shift a little bit of the weight onto the back foot, where the instructor gave you that one small bit of advice and it made a huge difference?
Yeah, the list is too long, Rich, and it's normally just someone that you've trusted over the years, and we all make just little bad habits. Sometimes you're stooped over a little bit more than normal. You're not standing tall enough. The ball is too far back in your stance or too far forward. You're making a funny little move, or your grip is different. It's always the little things that add up to the big problem.
This has been a great performance so far, but Frank, a long ways to go. Do you ever worry about complacency?
Yeah, sometimes it just looks like it's too easy. At the moment, the putts are going in, the iron shots are going close enough, but some things, they don't happen by accident. He's got to still keep concentrating right now.
Looks like he's going to have a go at it here at the par 5, his second shot. He'll be pretty happy with that one, about 20 feet away in a good spot. Now from a good position in the fairway, his second shot. Getting set now over the putt. So a tester from 4 feet. Putting a good round together now at 4 under. Clean this up with a tap. Just an amazing display. The records continue to fall. Now at the 6th, not a particularly long hole, Frank, par 4.
Yeah, semi-blind tee shot. You've got an idea where you want to hit, but there's a series of 3 bunkers. They're called the coffins down the left side, as well as some pop bunkers down the right. So this requires a very accurate tee shot.
He makes a great pass at the golf ball. It's powerful, but it's rhythmic at the same time.
It's fine.
That is an unusual golf swing, but those have worked throughout time. Lee Trevino, Ray Floyd, Jim Furyk. They've done all right, haven't they? But this could be really good, Frank.
Oh, straight at it.
Frank, getting set for this approach shot. Our featured golfer is a player, it's obvious, in full flight right now.
It is. This is where it doesn't matter what the sport is, and golf is a great example for it, though, where when you play your best, it's almost like you're just playing out of your subconscious. Everything happens, it just flows, and you don't really think about it.
Second shot, good look at the green. Seems to like it. Headed for the fat part of the green. You don't want to let this one get away. This is about concentration and focus at this point. continues to amaze. Yet another birdie, and what a day it's been. For par. Workmanlike hole. He walks away with a par. Back here at the Open Championship on the 7th hole here at the old course.
Yeah, blind tee shot. This is one hole that really does advantage the long hitter. They can get it very close to this green, but this green has got some amazing undulations in it.
Can't ask for much more here at the 7th. He has hit a good one.
Long and straight.
That's how you do it. Frank, that ball's sitting up like it's on plush carpeting.
Rich, if you and I had lies like that every time, we'd still be playing this game for a living.
Settles in, looking to knock it in tight. Frank, over the course of the last 15 years or so, there have been a number of initiatives within the game of golf just to try to grow the sport.
Yeah, we've seen the PGA Junior League, which is a series of competitions, obviously for juniors to play. But the first tee really is worldwide now, just to try and introduce players from all over the world into the game of golf. They're introduced with club professionals. They learn skills that are essential really to play the game of golf. But in 2014 was a real step, what I think, in the right direction to showcase the junior talent around the world with the drive, chip and putt, where you actually get a chance to play the drive, chip and putt final at Augusta National, the home of the Masters.
Imagine young kids, boys and girls, 8 years old, 11 years old, being able to go home and tell their friends, tell their families, hey, I have something in common with Jack Nicklaus, with Arnold Palmer, with Phil Mickelson, with Tiger Woods. I won at Augusta National Golf Club. Just needs to keep it steady here over the putt. So makes the putt, and now at -6. It's a very makeable putt here. He is currently 5 under for his round. 6 under on the day. Par 3 8th hole here at the Open Championship. And Frank, why is it so difficult to get the ball close here?
Well, there's the bunker on the left side. There's a little bit of a downslope there. This is the first par 3 that you'll play. And it's just tough to judge that distance perception. You've really got to be accurate on your yardage here.
On the green, and a chance for birdie. Boy, this could be a tough one right here, Frank.
It's a very long putt, Rich. Obviously, it's difficult, but he still has a shot to sink this one for birdie.
Kind of a tricky read. These putts keep the round together. I thought that was in.
Yeah, it looked good. I mean, line, pace. It's hard to be critical of that.
Settles in over the putt. Now at 5 under for the round. How about 7 under par now? Frank, the old course all about avoiding the pot bunkers. They're so nasty. This is a good example here, the 9th hole.
Yeah, the pot bunkers really to be avoided are the ones in the middle of the fairway, but there are some that sneak in on the left side, plus that gorse on the left. If you can carry that last one, which is called the end hole, then there's a chance to perhaps drive this green.
Right out of the center of the bat.
Did you hear that?
That is tasty looking right there, Frank. Just a perfect spot in the fairway.
That is prime real estate. How do you get a lie like that? Seriously, you could hit any club from there.
Frank, this is a position where a player is absolutely licking his chops here. Good chance to make a birdie.
Yeah, this is when this game just looks like fun. Bunkers don't seem to be in play. The only thing you're really looking at right now is just the flag. Well, there's a big green, and they're going to use every inch of it.
Well, that is a ball-striking clinic right there. Another dazzling approach shot. Pretty close. And he's set up for his second shot here, looking to knock it on the green. Pretty good all day from this distance, just trying to take care of business. Just misses. Oh, man.
I just pushed it.
Boy, that hurts. Good chance here. Currently at 5 under par. Has it for par. Stays at -5. He has this for birdie. Moves to -8. Well, that was a nearly flawless performance on the front side, but Frank, we know it's an 18-hole game, isn't it?
That's right. Now's not the time to pat yourself on the back.
Frank, what's so compelling about rivalries in sports is that athletes need each other if they're going to go to great heights. Joe Frazier needed Muhammad Ali to solidify his legend. Jack Nicklaus probably needed Arnold Palmer to go to a place that he had not been. And I think that's true across the board as we look at rivalries in sports.
I think it defines careers, Rich. It's not until those players retire that they realized how important it was to have that foe. You know, so often we're living in the present like we are now with Tiger Woods and Rory McIlroy. And it's not for years to come that we'll realize the sport wouldn't have been the same with one without the other.
Couldn't ask for anything more.
Just the lie there, too. It is sitting up like it's teed up.
Frank, really good chance from this position to make a birdie.
Yeah, really the only thing he's looking at right now is the flag. This is a green light special.
This one looks like it's headed right for the middle of the dance floor, Frank.
Rather nice shot, I would say.
Early part of this second nine, a good approach shot. Now, pretty good chance for birdie. Slight waggle, relaxed arms, ready to go. Getting set now over the putt. Good try, just didn't quite read the break, Frank.
It shouldn't be a problem, you'd think, cleaning up here for par.
Not a gimme, but well within his range. Makes birdie, continuing to amaze on the greens, Frank.
Putted well all day, Rich. Had a couple of good holes early on and just, I think, found the groove. Has taken it to another level.
Trying to get out of here without too many bumps and bruises. This one is for bogey. Just an amazing display. The records continue to fall. Frank, number 11, the Eden, is really one of the more fascinating holes in all of golf.
Yeah, the two bunkers that the players normally worry about, Strath bunker in the front and the Hill bunker to the left. What makes those two bunkers so difficult is the steepness of the faces in them.
Good looking shot right here. that is an exceptional shot on the green and in position for a birdie.
Yeah, it's a formality now.
This shot, 170 yards. That looked like a miss hit, Frank.
The lie was okay. It's a little surprising. Maybe wrong club.
So a tester from 4 feet. And he makes it for par. And getting ready for the putt. Continuing to play well. -7 now after that putt. Frank, how do you like the 12th hole here at St. Andrews?
Well, it's a beautiful par 4. You start to see the village of St. Andrews in the background, Eden Estuary to the right, and also decision time. If you're long enough, it's certainly worth having a crack at this par 4 with your tee shot. But if you're not a long hitter, then you've really got to worry about those 4 beautifully and well strategic positioned bunkers in the middle of the fairway. Oh, if this is up, it's good.
Oh, this looks good.
Certainly is.
Frank, that ball's sitting up like it's on plush carpeting.
Rich, if you and I had lies like that every time, we'd still be playing this game for a living.
Frank, when you look at great rivalries in sports, you realize that athletes need each other. Joe Frazier needed Muhammad Ali to achieve greatness, to achieve legendary status. And in golf, Tom Watson needed Jack Nicklaus to push him to another level.
And also to define an era. Without one, we couldn't think of the 80s or the 90s or the 2000s or the 2010s. You need those players to define that era. So you need competition. Competition is not without rivalry.
Chance to get it close here. And it makes the green in regulation. Second shot, good look at the green. Just needs to keep it steady here over the putt. Oh, I thought he had that. Well, that would have been a bonus had it gone in, but still, reasonable chance for par here.
Yeah, there's no damage. You're not going to birdie every hole.
Now 8 under on the day. They'll take it. That's a par. Frank, how about the bunkers here at 13? A rather ominous-sounding name.
Yeah, the coffins, and they are that for a reason. If you finish up in there, well, the best you'll probably ever do is make a bogey, unless you're an absolute genius. They're to be avoided, certainly off the tee. If you do, it's still a difficult hole. The second shot, unless you hit a perfect tee shot, will be blind. Oh, beautiful swing, and the result is every bit as good.
He has given this one the full treatment. Perfect release through the ball. And this shot is on the fairway, over 300 yards. From the heart of the fairway, 180 yards in. Appears to be what they call a commercial play. Very solid. Oh, just a superb shot.
You're not going to see much better than that all day today.
180 yards away, ready to play the second shot. This one just requires a little bit of focus. Well, there's an opportunity wasted.
Just knock it in for a par, and let's forget about this one. Golf is not about perfect, but it is going to hurt the course.
Good work right there. They'll settle for par. Eight under par for the round. Frank, you can actually play this 14th hole by taking a detour to another hole on the front side. Explain.
Yeah, that's the fourth hole. The fourth hole is adjacent to the 14th, and if you're in a little bit of trouble off the tee, there's nothing wrong with playing the 14th as a zigzag style par 5. So that means the drive, if it doesn't go down the right, you go further left and then back to the green. But it's a safer way, but a much longer option.
That one is in the fairway, down there about 290 yards. Good contact, good result.
Second shot. That's an absolute beauty.
Now from a good position in the fairway, his second shot. Frank, this is a position where a player is absolutely licking his chops here. Good chance to make a birdie.
Yeah, this is when this game just looks like fun. Bunkers don't seem to be in play. The only thing you're really looking at right now is just the flag. Should be safely on deck.
That is classy.
Yeah, chance of going in.
Third shot, looking for a good one. Frankie has to be scratching his head as he reaches for a sand wedge or a gap wedge for his next shot.
Well, you know the FedEx Cup, Rich. I mean, you're meant to get there by 10:30 tomorrow. That thing's still going.
Standing over this putt, concentrating on the read. So close. Well, you just can't make up ground if you don't make putts. Drop shot here at the 14th hole. This will be a birdie if it drops. You may have lost track at home, but we're keeping count, and that is 9 under for the day. In for a bogey. Back here at the 15th, and Frank, this fairway narrows up in a hurry.
And it's also, there's a big crop of heather that sort of constrains you if you're going to hit it just straight down the middle. Only the brave go down the right side. That brings in those little bunkers called robs. And they'll rob your scorecard, that's for sure.
Boy, this one has a chance to be really good. Pretty good drive here.
Another straight one.
Frank, really good chance from this position to make a birdie.
Yeah, really the only thing he's looking at right now is the flag. This is a green light special.
That should be pretty good right there. On the safe side. Wow, Frank, he is dialed in.
Yeah, that was just some shot on that. Easy birdie.
170 yards.
This is straight at it.
It's a really good line. Really not much to this. The only issue would be a lack of concentration or focus. Oh, man.
Just pushed it.
Boy, that hurts. Shouldn't be a problem here, but not a formality either. Just an amazing display. The records continue to fall. Moves to -8. Frank, the 16th hole, there was a time in my life when I was in 4th grade, I would have really enjoyed hitting the principal's nose. But that's not a good thing here?
Well, I'd like to think you graduated past 4th grade, but and if you did, then you'd be very aware of the principal's nose. You'd hit it left, it'd be a little longer in for your second shot.
Like the looks of this one.
Oh, yeah.
Ready for his second shot, trying to knock it on the green. Frank, can one small tweak from an instructor lead to a big turnaround?
With the right player, yeah. You just want to hear the right message. It's like anyone in life. You just want to be pointed in the right direction.
Not terrible, but not his best.
Yeah, outside chance, really, for birdie, but really, it was a rather poor approach shot.
Slight waggle, relaxed arms, ready to go. This is a good-looking shot. Might want to check the GPS on a putt this long. Speed wasn't bad on that long putt, but the read wasn't very good. Settles in over the putt. Frank, that's not one you're necessarily thinking about making.
No, just a good putt, though. There's no two ways about that. He's putting well.
Oh, that's a tough break with that miss. These putts keep the round together. Hard to be perfect in this game. That's a bogey. 8-foot putt here. And he has it.
A good putt redeems all.
Now at the 17th tee, and Frank, this is really when you begin to feel the weight and the history of the old course bearing down on you.
And you also feel the nerves as well, because you're having to hit it not just at a fairway or over a bush, but over the corner of an out of bounds. And you'll see there's a little sign up there that says Old Course and Country Club. So you've got to pick the exact letter for the line that you want to hit it across. Hit it down the right side. This hole certainly becomes shorter. Left, you find the left and short. You find the road hole bunker. A little right and long, and well, there's a chance of going out of bounds or on the road itself. Oh, that's it. New member of the 300-yard club.
Good poke right there. And from the fairway for his second shot here. Here we go. Really good distance control there, playing well to his strengths. From a perfect position, ready to play his next shot.
There's a big green, and they're going to use every inch of it.
Continues to amaze. Yet another birdie, and what a day it's been. You don't want to let this one get away. This is about concentration and focus at this point. Everybody loves him. Birdie on the card. Frank, the 18th hole at the old course, when you stand on the tee, it doesn't look like much. But when you begin to factor in all the history, all the greats who have played, well, then it is quite the hole.
It certainly is. Remember the great putts like Constantina Rocca making it from the front to try and get in a playoff with John Daly. Jack Nicklaus driving the green. It's all been made possible by the ambitious player here. You've got to swing it across the Swilcan Burn, out of bounds on the right and beyond the screen, but it is reachable. But the mere mortals, they'll aim a little left. They'll aim at the clock face on the R&A building.
Beautiful looking shot right here. Frank, this is a position where a player is absolutely licking his chops here. Good chance to make a birdie.
Yeah, this is when this game just looks like fun. Bunkers don't seem to be in play. The only thing you're really looking at right now is just the flag.
Well, that is an exceptional shot on the green and in position for a birdie.
Yeah, it's a formality now.
Looking to make a move. This putt for birdie. Oh, I thought he had that. Well, there's an opportunity wasted.
Just knock it in for a par, and let's forget about this one. Golf is not about perfect. That was going to hurt the course.
10 under par on the day. Simple, solid, and he'll take it.
But one that you need to make.
Well, Frank, how do you begin to sum up what we've seen at the birthplace of golf today? The course, the scenery, the weather, the play. It was really all vintage St. Andrews.
Absolute pleasure to play the old course once again, Rich. You can see how technology might have changed it. There's a few more par fours that are reachable these days for the longer hitters. But still, it's a great memory of where golf started, where it is now, and where it's going to be.
And with that, for my colleague Frank Nobilo, I'm Rich Lerner for EA Sports saying so long from Scotland. EA Sports is proud to present PGA Tour coverage. Rich Lerner alongside Frank Nobilo. Thanks for joining us here today in La Quinta, California. Beautiful spot. We're at the Career Builder Challenge. Frank, what do we have out here today?
Past 72, every inch of this golf course is going to extract the best out of your game, because if you don't play your best, you will struggle. Anything in the 60s, something to be proud of.
Rich Lerner, pleased to be alongside Frank Nobilo for EA Sports. Back to PGA West, getting set for the back nine. And the 10th hole, It's a good-looking hole, Frank, at 416 yards.
It certainly gets your attention, just the visual there. This is one of those holes, if you've got a caddy, you say, oh, what's that carry over the bunker on that left side where the water is? He'll tell you it's like 240 yards, and then you say, well, what's it to the bunkers on the right? Well, to get past those ones on that right side, you're in the vicinity of 300 yards. This is a hole that, you'll scratch your head.
Frank, is this a definite green light, the approach at the par 4 10th?
Well, there's enough opportunities at PGA West for the long hitters. This is an opportunity for the really good iron players. This is where they have a chance to shine, because a good iron player will give himself a birdie putt here. A poor iron player here, all of a sudden they'll find trouble.
Well, this one should be safely on deck here. Early part of this second nine with a good approach shot. And now, pretty good chance for birdie. Ready to go now on the approach shot here at this par 4 10th. Appears to be a smart shot, Frank.
Yeah, no problem here. That's going to fly all the way.
Locked in on the read and the speed.
Great sense of speed in that. You can make those, but that one right in the middle.
Not a gimme, but well within his range. So in the red figures at 1 under. Frank, how about this hole, the par 5 11? Long one.
Oh, it is. And, anything over 600 yards, only the longest it is the Bubba Watsons, the Dustin Johnsons of the world. The other ones that can get home on a hole like this. For the other ones, even those bunkers down the left side are sort of in play. You at least have to give them a cursory look off the tee. Nothing wrong with a hole a par 5 that you can't reach. You can still play it as a 3-shotter. And in some respects, you get rewarded for laying up here, because that water that comes in on the left-hand side, that's not going to be in play. Well, that's got to be 300 yards, isn't it? Oh, beautiful swing, and the result is every bit as good.
Second shot coming up here at the par 5. Nice position, short grass, second shot. Now the third shot here at the par 5 11th. Frank, the Skins game was played at PGA West, the stadium course, many years ago. 1987, Lee Trevino did something that really stood out. With a lot of fun.
Yeah, to make a hole-in-one anywhere is obviously something to be remembered. But when you do it on TV, national TV, and on a hole like 17, Alcatraz, all the way across the water, everybody complained about how hard the golf course was, and Trevino gives it that little bang, little cut, bang, in it goes, one. Trevino could play any golf course, no matter how hard it was.
It was a one that was worth 175,000, $175,000. That won him the carryover skin in the Skins game. Standing over this putt, concentrating on the read. Just like that, now at 2 under. Trying to stay steady, make a par. Did the job right there. Right now, another clever, small par 4, only 363 yards here at the 12th.
A couple of different options here, Rich. You can lay it up just short of where that nose of the bunker starts to poke out on the right side of the fairway. Then you're going to be left with something in the sort of 140, 150 yard mark to the flag. Or if you want to get a little sort of greedy, you start to sneak it up there where it gets narrow. It's shorter. It requires a better shot.
Nicely played shot, about 310 yards down the fairway. Oh, this looks good.
Certainly is.
This is just a superb performance. Great round to this point, Frank, and you can really see that reflected in his mood today.
Yeah, it just looks too easy. Swinging the club beautifully. The ball's going exactly where he wants it to. He's not trying to take too many risks. So consequently, he's getting birdie opportunity after birdie opportunity.
Club has been pulled. Ready for the second shot now at the par 4 12th. That's a disappointment right there, Frank.
Yeah, green light special, really. Come up considerably short.
Well, certainly playable from here. Ball is in the first cut. Not too bad. With authority, count it as a par and 2 under. Now at -2 for the day. You see the blend of holes here from the long par 5 to the short par 4, now to the 214-yard par 3 13th. This one has a chance to be close. He's making the game look very simple right now. See it, hit it, and he's got it right on track. Frank, I'm not saying he should pull out driver here, but this is a long putt.
Greens are fast, though. You never know. Good line, good pace. Might have a chance.
So a long putt there and just didn't read it quite right. Shouldn't be a problem here, but not a formality either. Starting to feel it now, 3 under. And this will be a 5-foot putt here. They'll take it. That's a par. Frank, what's the best way to make 3 here at this 389-yard par 4 14th?
I'm not sure, really. I know there's 2 definitive options, hitting it down the left or carrying over the bunker. And I think that's another example of Pete Dye. There's one of those holes you never really know if you've made the right play until you finish the hole.
A great way to start a hole, nicely placed in the fairway. This one's sweet, Frank.
Super. Long and straight.
That's how you do it. Frank, just a beautiful day out there today, but there are some challenges.
Yeah, those tricky winds up there, you've really got to focus on exactly how strong it is and what direction, because it's very easy to make the mistake of hitting the wrong club out here. You make a mistake with the wrong club choice, even a good swing is not going to get rewarded.
Midway through this back 9, could use this birdie here at the 14th. Frank, what's the key here? Second shot at 14.
Green sits up a little bit, well protected by those bunkers there. A nice high, soft landing shot.
It should be pretty good right there. On the safe side. Settles in over the putt. That puts them at 4 under for the round. Has the birdie and moves to 3 under par. Solid par 4 here. The 15th is 468 yards. Second shot now at 15.
this is not heading in the right direction.
No, it looks like it's going to be in the rough. Wow, Frank, he is dialed in.
Yeah, that was just some shot on that. Easy birdie.
Frank, this is a position where a player is absolutely licking his chops here. Good chance to make a birdie.
Yeah, this is when this game just looks like fun. Bunkers don't seem to be in play. The only thing you're really looking at right now is just the flag. This is way left going left.
And that one's going to be in the rough, it looks like.
It's that sneaky distance.
Nice putt. Count it. You don't want to let this one get away. This is about concentration and focus at this point. Just an amazing display. The records continue to fall. This is the second par 5 at PGA West of 600 or more yards. The 16th is a pretty good test. Excellent looking shot here. Pretty good drive here.
Another straight one. Oh, nice little bounce forward. Should be close to 300, 290.
Playing his second shot here at the par 5. Frank, this one is right and is wrong. That's a bit offline in the rough. Right in the heart of the fairway, green light special. Frank couldn't ask for anything more.
Just the lie there, too. It is sitting up like it's teed up.
Playing a par 5, Frank, what happened on that third shot?
Yeah, it's a poor decision. Hopefully he can eradicate that from the memory banks and really knuckle down on this. Do not want to drop a shot or make 6 here.
I mean, that's how the game is played, right there.
He's just making it look so easy. That birdie coming up, formality.
Trying to move on with a par in his pocket. In for par, and will sit tight at 4 under. This one just requires a little bit of focus. 6 under par now. Well, we've arrived at Alcatraz, the signature hole here at PGA West. And the hole is cut exactly 160 yards from here.
Hazard?
Maybe wet. Not enough on that one.
Yeah, just seemed to baby it.
Thank goodness, Frank, back on dry land here.
As long as this one avoids it.
Now on to his third shot after the last one went into the water. So, Frank, he'll take a drop here.
Yeah, he'll take his medicine, take his penalty shot. The hole's not over yet.
That was well done, and now a very short putt to get out of here with a bogey.
Well, it could be a lot worse, that's for sure. 5 minutes ago.
Ball sitting down here in the rough. He's digging in. Oh, my goodness, he just made that. I cannot believe it.
I was thinking might get it close. And just a great shot.
This game's amazing. You're rolling along, life is beautiful, and then bang.
Step away from the controller.
Total depression. Good tee shot, good lie, and now a good chance to take advantage here on this hole. Frank, really good chance from this position to make a birdie.
Yeah, really the only thing he's looking at right now is the flag. This is a green light special. This looks like it's going to find the target.
Really good distance control there, playing well to his strengths. Frank, this approach shot seems pretty straightforward. Just don't hit it left.
Yeah, it's a tough second shot. It's that visual. Once again, you've got that green that's angled to the left. But once again, like a few holes out here, you do not have to hit directly at this flag. You are allowed to move that flag mentally 15, even 20 feet to the right. There's nothing wrong with that.
Appears to be a smart shot, Frank.
Yeah, no problem here. That's going to fly all the way. No snack, though.
Good try, just didn't quite read the break, Frank.
It shouldn't be a problem, you'd think, cleaning up here for par.
Not a gimme, but well within his range. Now 8 under on the day. And getting ready for the putt. Holding steady now at 2 under par. Frank, what a day of golf out there. This is really an exciting golf course.
It is. It's so nice to see it back. Great golf courses deserve to be seen, and more importantly, they deserve to be played.